Financial algebra. I'm going to cover 10.3. Now, Unit 10 is a lot easier than Unit 9. Most of the homework is actually all homework and tests are just like usual. They're all through the computer. So 10.3 has to do with pensions. You've probably heard of the term. A pension is something that you receive after you retire. So it's deferred compensation, that money that your company has set aside for you. Deferred compensation, a pension is one type of deferred compensation. So it's money given or received at a later date for what you're doing right now. So if I'm working now, it's money I'm receiving later. COLA, you're going to see that term in your book, and that stands for cost of living adjustment. So typically every year there is a slight increase in our cost of living, and so corporations and employers consider that when setting money aside for you. So we're going to do some examples very similar to the one in your book. So Diana worked for 25 years. Her employer offered a pension benefit with a flat benefit formula, so that's where you're receiving the same amount. At $60 for each year of service, how much will she receive? So it's simply the years you've worked times the flat, whoops, that's not how you spell flat, amount. So in this case, it would be 25 times the $60 per year, and so she would receive $1,500. That's per month, which is not a lot of money. I know that sounds a lot, but that is not much at all. So hopefully she has another retirement set up for herself. Next one, Frank worked for Morton Industries for 18 years. His company offered him $48 for each year of service. After 1 year, he was notified of a 1.625 cost of living adjustment. Determine his current plan. So first, let's figure out he's worked for 18 years times $48. So let's figure out what that was for his first year. So 18 years times 48, that's $864 a month. But after the first year, there was an increase. So it would be $864 plus 0.01625 times $864. And that would give us, after his first year, he's now going to receive $878.04 per year. Next, George is retiring after 30 years. The company offers him a flat yearly of $870 for each year. So 30 times 870 is $26,100 per year. It asks what his monthly pension would be. So then $26,100 divided by 12 gives us $2,175 per month. Moving on. Mary's retiring after working for Fashionista Limited for 21 years. The company gave her $50 per month for each year of the first 15 years and $65 per month for each year of service thereafter. So what was her monthly income in the first year after retirement? So first of all, she gets $50 for the first 15 years, plus she gets $65 for every year after. So that would be, 21 minus 15. So that gives her 50 times 15 plus, so that gives me $750 plus $390. So she gets $1,140 per month. What was her annual income for the first year of retirement? Well, that would simply be $1,140 times 12 months. So her first year retirement, she gets $13,680. After 1 year, she received a 0.9% cost of living adjustment to her monthly pension amount. What is her new monthly benefit? So 1140 plus, make it a decimal, 0.009 times 1140. And so that gives me 1140. Whoops, I'll just write the total. That gives me a new amount of $11.50 and 26 cents. So it's only a $10 increase. Number 5, Staten offers their employees a flat pension plan with a predetermined dollar amount, so also known as a multiplier. After working at 25 years, she's decided to quit and open her own business. What would be the difference in her monthly pension if she stayed for 1 extra year? So let's first figure out what she gets after 25 years. So after 25 years, says if you've been employed 20 to 25, your multiplier is 75.80. So if I multiply that, that is a dollar amount of $1,895. Had she stayed 1 more year, so 25 plus 1 would be 26 years. At 26 years, her multiplier jumps to 83.25. So this is trying to figure out if she had stayed for just 1 more year, what could she get per month? So now we're going to multiply 26 times that multiplier, and I get $2,164.50. Notice the difference. So that's exactly what they want to know. What would be the difference? Difference means to subtract. So if she had stayed 1 more year, how much more would she get per month? So if I subtract, that's basically $270 more per month. So I would have advised her stay 1 more year, then open your own business. Moving on. So the rest of these are not flat amounts. These compute averages, and a lot of employers do this. So Risa's employer offers an annual pension calculated by multiplying 1.875 of the career average times the years employed. And she's been employed 15 years. So first we have to compute her average, right? So we simply add everything up. So 2 times 56,000, because there's 2 of them. Plus there are 2 57,100s. Plus there are 3 58,900s. Plus there's only 1 62,000. I like to check it off once I've written it. Plus 2 times 65,000. Plus 66,400. There's only 1. Plus there are 2 66,800s, 1 68,000, and 1 68,600. And you're going to divide all of this by 15. Right, to find our average. So I entered all of that, and I'll enter it again. 56,000 plus 56,000 plus 2 times 57,100 plus 3 times 58,900 plus 62,000 plus 2 times 65,000 plus 66,400 plus 2 times 66,800 plus 68,000 plus 68,600. Divided by 15, I get that her average is 62,100. What is Risa's annual pension under this plan? So they have told her that they're going to multiply her 0.01875 times her career average times the number of years. So 0.01875 times 62,100 times 15. She gets an annual pension plan of $17,465 and $625. You can round that to 63 cents. What percentage of her final annual salary will her annual retirement be? So this is final annual. So let's take her retirement. Let's round it to $465 and 63 cents. divided by her her final, which was 68,600. And so I'm going to divide that, and I get 0.2546, so about 25%. Sorry, that 5 looks a little funky. What is her monthly benefit to the nearest cent? So her yearly is $17,465.63. I'm dividing that by 12. And I get that her monthly amount is $1,455.47. I rounded it to the nearest cent and just saying cents. So that should help you know whether you've rounded it. 7, Kevin is planning to retire after 25 years. Here are the last 3 years, so 132, 135, and 138. His employer calculates a final 3 average times the number of years of service times a multiplier. So he gets his 3-year average times 2.25% times years of service. So let's find his average. So 132,000 plus 135,000 plus 138,000 divided by 3, and I get his average salary is 135,000 times, make this a decimal, and he's worked 25 years. So over here, sorry, I got 135. So if I multiply this out, 135,000, that's his 3-year average. This is his 3-year average, times 0.0225, that's the multiplier, times he's worked 25 years. So his retirement is $75,937.57. That's what he will get per year. It's pretty good, but that's because he was making so much. So the more you work, the more you're getting paid, the more you get to retire on. Number 8, very similar. It's the salary average of his final 5 years times his percent times the number of years she's been working. So let's find her 5-year average. So 63,000 plus 63,700 plus 2 times 64,000 plus 64,800 divided by 5. And I got that her 5-year average is 63,900. So it says to multiply 5-year average times your multiplier, so 0.012, times the number of years you've been working. And so she will get a pension, an annual of only $17,636.40. Now, that's a lot lower than the last problem, but our percentage was a lot lower, and she was making less than half of the previous. All right, so we only have 2 more. So let's talk about the word vested. So vested means being able, being able to receive it. So vested is the percent you're able to receive. So his employer matches 75 cents on the dollar for all his contributions. After 16 years, he decides to move a different state. His personal contribution, adjusted for losses and gains, amount to $25,000. How much can he take with him? Well, let's see here. A defined contribution by using a graded 6 year. Okay, sorry. He's worked 16 years. So 16 years would be here. And so he only gets 70% of the 25,000, which is 17,500. He had not worked long enough to receive 100% of it. All right. So last one, and we're literally going to do one at a time. So part A, determine the average. So let's determine his average. His salary is here. So $73,000 plus 2 times $73,900 plus $74,000 plus $75,000. And if I divide that by 5, I get $73,960. So $73,960. That is his average. Determine part B, determine the monthly. So I would have to take $73,960 and divide by 12, which gives me $61.63 and 33 cents. So this is this gives me $61.63 and 33 cents. Subtract 1,000, so that's $51.63, 33. Part D, multiply that by 0.45. So $51.63 times 0.45 gave me $23.23.50. Part E, add 500, so $23.23 plus 500, and I got $28.23.50. F, for each year of employment over 15 years, add 0.5% of the average monthly salary. So they've worked 20 years. So this is part F. So 20 minus 15, they've worked 5 years. So 5 times 0.5 is is 2.5%. So I'm going to find 0.025 times 28.23.50, and that gives me 70.59, and I get to add that. So I am 28.23.50 plus 70.59, and his final amount is $28.94 and 9 cents. So for a problem like that, just follow it one step at a time, and that completes our section.